Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rinarachelle, and in today's video, I'm going to be updating you guys on my almost 4 weeks on Phentermine. So if you are interested in finding out what it's like to be on Phentermine, keep watching. So I'm gonna let you guys know what my experience has been, what some common symptoms are, how much weight I've lost. Some common symptoms that I had read about, watched YouTube videos after talking to some other women that had been on the medication and my doctor. These are some common side effects that they discussed. First of all, my doctor said that I would have dry mouth and that I would be very, very thirsty and that I needed to keep lots of water by me. I also heard that anxiety is a symptom, and they said that it could be heightened if you have a history with anxiety. Another common symptom was having like an accelerated heart rate and having like this big burst of energy and just having all of this energy. The biggest symptom that I was told about this medication would be that I would have a suppressed appetite. Now, Phentermine is an appetite suppressant, so I would experience no appetite, not really hungry, and just they swore that I was gonna have to force myself to eat. I was gonna have no appetite, no interest in eating. And then lastly, I heard a lot about being constipated and not being able to go. I had my doctor's appointment 4 weeks ago today. Today is Thursday. However, I didn't start taking the medicine on a Thursday. So I got my prescription filled on that Friday. I took about a quarter of the dose because it was later on in the afternoon. And so I didn't want to stay up all night or anything like that. I just wanted to get a little bit of an idea of what the medication was gonna be like. I really didn't feel anything. I was a little bit thirsty, and I did have some energy, but nothing really that noticeable. The next day, which was Saturday, I took half the dose first thing in the morning before I had breakfast. Then I did that for another few days. It wasn't until Monday that I took the full dose. I'm on a 37.5 milligram dose. So I would like to say that my 4 week mark is on this coming Monday, but it's been 4 weeks since my last appointment, so I figured I'd go ahead and update you guys. So when I went to my doctor's appointment, I weighed in at 160 pounds. That is the heaviest I've ever been, even full term carrying my son. I did not weigh 160 pounds. Also, I'm 5'1", and I would say I have a kind of petite frame, but I haven't been skinny in a really long time. I've always been just kind of active, athletic, running, weightlifting, stuff like that. So also, I breastfed my son until he was 19 months old, so that was just over 2 months ago is when I stopped. Also, I was on Zoloft for almost 2 years, and I really believe that that helped me gain a lot of weight. So I started on my Phentermine journey 4 weeks ago. I was weighing 160 pounds, and today I weighed in at a whopping
157 pounds.
I lost 3 pounds in 3.5 weeks. I mean, I guess that's good, but I just had way bigger expectation being on Phentermine. Women that I know that have taken it, other videos that I've watched on YouTube are talking about shedding 5 pounds in a day. They lost 12 pounds in a week. Like, they're just like shedding all of this weight. And I lost 3 pounds. I wore exactly what I wore, even down to my hat. I wore exactly what I wore 4 weeks ago at my doctor's appointment. And they said that I only lost 3 pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not working for me. I didn't experience any of those symptoms, none of them. And so not only is it not giving me these symptoms, it's not helping me. It's not helping me lose any weight. I am so hungry. I wake up hungry every single day. Not only am I hungry, but I have a huge appetite. I still want like those greasy, fatty foods that I've always craved, like all of it. I still want all of it. I think about it, I want it, I crave it, I'm hungry for it. But because I'm on the medication and I've started to dedicate myself, to making big changes, I'm not giving into them. And I will say that on the medication, it's easier not to give into those cravings and to my big appetite, but I do still have it. And so all the other things that I've been hearing is that I wouldn't even have this appetite, that I wouldn't even crave these foods, but I totally do. So that definitely was not a symptom for me. The anxiety portion was also not an issue for me. It didn't cause me to be anxious at all. I also don't have an accelerated heart rate. I don't have all of this crazy energy. Again, like when I take the medication, it's first thing in the morning and my son is go, go, go as soon as his feet hit the floor when he wakes up. It's the medication that's giving me a tiny burst of energy in the morning. But I hit a wall at like 4:30 or 5. I hit a wall and I'm so tired, like crazy tired, can't keep my eyes open, need to lay down, super, super tired. So it's not giving me a burst of energy. It's definitely not giving me energy throughout the day. That's just not something that I experience. I also don't have dry mouth. My water intake should definitely be better, but I am not experiencing dry mouth at all. I have to force myself to drink water because I know that I need it. I don't have that dry mouth or that thirst sensation that everybody said that I would have on the medication. I'd say the only two major symptoms that I realized after being on the medication is that I sweat a lot. Now, it's like in the very high 90s, low hundreds where I live. So that might be part of it. But also like during my workouts, I'm sweating profusely, and I don't normally sweat like that during my workouts or my runs. I don't really sweat like that. But since I've been on the medication, I am sweating more, and I'm also pushing myself more during my workouts. Running around the house, running after my son, running errands. I'm just hot, like really hot, and like my skin is just sticky, and like sometimes I have sweat like running down my neck. I have really thick hair also. So the back of my neck, it gets really hot. Maybe TMI, but I am not having any issues going to the bathroom. I am not constipated. I don't know if I'd say I'm the opposite of constipated, but it's almost like since I've been on the medication, every time I sit down to go pee, I can go really easily. So I'm not constipated at all. I'm not having any issues with constipation. At my doctor's appointment, she asked me what I thought. Did I think that it was helping? And I basically said no. And I was telling her that all the symptoms that she had described, I was not getting any of them. She applauded me for losing those 3 pounds, but I could just kind of tell in the different things that she was saying and the way that she was talking that, 3 pounds being on Phentermine for, this long was kind of not typical. All she said was that, well, it doesn't work for everybody. So I was like, all right, well, when I went in there originally, she sweared that, I was going to be losing weight so fast and I was going to have all these symptoms. She didn't mention that it might not work for me. It just might not work for me. She never ever said that. And literally, I have never heard that before. So I don't know what's happening. She said that if I didn't feel that it was working, to just stop it because it doesn't work for everybody. I don't really know why, but I was just annoyed when she said that. Obviously, I still need to lose weight because she didn't tell me not to worry about it. She still wants me to address my weight, but didn't really offer anything except for go see a nutritionist. She also said that if I don't think that it's working, to just stop it because there's no point in putting a medication in my body if it's not doing anything for me. So I told her that I didn't want to give up on it and I wanted to, try some other things like intermittent fasting, definitely up my water intake, and there's a couple more things that I could cut out. So she agreed to another month, but said that if it's not working in another 4 weeks. Like if I'm not losing, significant amount of weight in another 4 weeks, that it's just not going to work for my body and that we should probably stop. She was also telling me that I'm probably still hormonal, in the sense that she said that there's no like exact time frame when a woman's body kind of regulates their hormones after breastfeeding. So she said that, some women can be regulated quickly and, it's just taking me a little bit longer, but that, next week they could just regulate, and being on the Phentermine mixed with that, I could just lose all kinds of weight. There's really no way to tell. So I think that's why she might have agreed to do another month, because we're going to the 3rd month of me not nursing anymore, which I feel like is a long time, but I don't know. It's my first experience. So what do I know? So some things that I cut out, I feel like I cut out some major things, especially for me. I cut out beer. I drank beer weekly, sometimes daily, like if I'm making dinner or like when my husband's home, for his 4-day stretch, we stay up late, we have snacks, we have a beer or two, and I'm not doing that anymore. Not only am I not doing the late night snacking, if I do, I'll have like a fruit or something like that, but I'm not doing that late night snacking with him anymore. And I also cut out beer. I have been drinking the spiked sparkling water. I've been drinking those. Right now, my favorite is Truly, and it's their berry mix. And then when they don't have that, I have to get Smirnoff's. It's similar to the berry mix, but it's just not as good at all. So Truly, stop making the citrus mix, just the berry mix. So I cut out my coffee. Now, I love coffee. I haven't really been drinking coffee a whole lot since I got on this medication, even decaf, because I like sweet creamers. So before being on the medication, I would have a cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and I would put like a good amount of coffee mate creamer in there. I put a lot in there and it was really sweet and delicious, and I had 2 cups of that. I cut that out. I feel like that's pretty big because I was having 1 or 2 cups of that every single morning. That's a lot of sugar, and I'm just not doing that anymore. I also cut out pasta. I would make spaghetti and or Alfredo once or twice a week, and I'm not doing that anymore. I have not had pasta since I've been on this medication. And then I'm also not overeating. I'm portioning out my meals better, and I'm definitely not overeating. If I go to a restaurant, I'll either order something small or, I'll only eat half. So with those 4 things that I cut out, paired with the medication, I really feel like I should have lost more than 3 pounds in the last 3.5 weeks, but I haven't. I'm working out every day. I added so much water to my diet. Eating more, good, healthy fats. That paired with the things that I cut out, paired with my medication, I really should have lost more than 3 pounds. And I'm really frustrated, but I'm just trying to trust the process. And, if I wasn't on the medication and I was doing all this other stuff on my own and I had lost 3 pounds on my own in 3.5 weeks, I'd be very proud of myself. Now, the fact that I'm on the medication and I have these high expectations, it's making me really frustrated that I didn't lose that weight. So I want to try to be proud of myself for losing those 3 pounds. And hey, what if Phentermine just doesn't work for me and I lost those 3 pounds on my own? That's £1 a week, and that is something to be proud of. So I'm gonna try to be proud of myself, but I'm gonna kick it up a notch on this, 2nd month. I have not found any videos talking about Phentermine not working for them. So if you have had the same experience as me, please share it in the comments down below. I want to know that I'm not alone. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I really hope that Phentermine is working for you. I hope that you're not having my same experience, because I know that Phentermine was not my first choice of losing weight. I really wanted to try to do it on my own, and it just wasn't working. So I know that when you take this step to be on Phentermine, it's kind of your last resort, and you're already feeling pretty discouraged and defeated, and like you're just gonna feel like this forever. So just know that I am sharing that experience with you. I'm also frustrated, but it is what it is. I'm gonna continue to follow up with my doctor and see what happens. If it doesn't work for me, then at least I know I tried, and back to the drawing board to figure this out. What I am very proud of myself for is that I am really starting to just love myself. I'm wearing things like this tank top. Like, I wouldn't have worn this a couple of weeks ago, and I only lost 3 pounds, so it's not like this big, huge difference. I'm just starting to really love myself, appreciate this body and what it does for me daily, and just trust this journey, trust myself, and keep pushing. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about some things that I didn't cover or anything that I kind of just brushed over as usual, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to get all of your guys' questions answered. And if you want to continue watching this journey, not only hit that subscribe button, but hit that bell notification button as well, so you can know as soon as my videos come out. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.